Hey everyone, what is going on? So I wanted to get a head start and discuss the Kanto Cup for you. Now this cup is not going to be available until the week after the Little Cup, so a little bit of a head start, but that's okay. We wanted to discuss these Pokemon and see what are going to be the best ones. And I have to give a huge shout out to my friends over at pvpoke.com. Definitely go ahead and check them out, and you could check the ratings yourself for the Kanto Cup, the Little Cup, and every other cup that's available. So I totally recommend doing just that. But yeah, you definitely use their resources all the time. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these rankings. So for the S Plus tier, I have the three Pokemon I think are going to absolutely dominate, especially that Hypno. Now, you could use the regular Hypno, I believe PV Poke has the regular Hypno as ranked number 1, and then a few spaces down I think is the Shadow version of Hypno. But Hypno is definitely going to be number 1. Now, as for the moveset, because like all of its moves are good, I think you definitely need Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball is going to, well, it hits Hypno, so that's good, but it also hits Alolan Muk for super effective damage, as well as Pokemon like Mew. So I think Shadow Ball is going to be really relevant. Now, when it comes to Thunder Punch, I know a lot of us used to like Thunder Punch in the open meta, and it's really good to hit like Azumel and Skarmory. I don't think it has as much play in this format. I mean, you have Dugong, just in case you see it, Lapras, there's a couple water types, but I think the Fire Punch might be the way to go for that Alolan Sandslash, because I do think it's going to be pretty common. So you could also go with the Fire Punch for the grass Pokemon like the Victreebel or Gloom if you see it, Venusaur, or you can go Ice Punch as well for the grass types or the dragon types. But I think, at least to start off, I think I'm going Shadow Ball, Fire Punch, but we'll see. Anyway, as I said, Alolan Muk and Alolan Sandslash are both going to be really good, so the top 3 Pokemon in my opinion, so you're definitely going to want to invest in them. And now the Alolan Muk has Shadow Ball, so it's even better than it was, slightly better. Shadow Ball is still amazing, of course, but Shadow Ball is really good as well. And yeah, as for that Alolan Sandslash, going to be really powerful, really spammy. Powder Snow, as we know, is really good, spamming those Ice Punch attacks, so going to be really solid. So again, if you're going with those 3 Pokemon, you probably want the Fire Punch on that Hypno, because you have the Ice coverage on Alolan Ninetales as well. But anyway, moving down to the S tier, we do have Snorlax. It's a Lick user. We don't have Munchlax because it's not a Kanto Pokemon in this cup, but Snorlax is definitely a solid option, so you could Lick, Body Slam, as very solid. Dugong with that Ice Shot, Icy Wind. Now those are both legacy moves, so you do have to Elite TM, Elite Fast TM, and Elite Charge TM to get a Dugong with those moves, if you want to use Dugong. And then Mew, of course, we know Mew is good with Shadow Claw, and then it has a variety of different moves. Surf is good, Flame Charge, which I really like, Wild Charge, Grass Knot, Energy Ball. It has for pretty much any move, Dragon Claw, not any move, but it has a lot of different moves. So Mew is definitely good, and you probably will see it, honestly. But moving down to the A tier, we do have a Charm user, Wigglytuff, as well as the Shadow Victreebel and Shadow Gloom, the Razor Leaf users. So again, double Razor Leaves. But the thing you do have to watch out for is within the top 3 Pokemon in the S Plus tier, all 3 of those Pokemon counter the Poison Grass types, because the Sandslash and the Muk edition super effective damage plus resisting Razor Leaf, and Hypno is dealing a lot of damage with Confusion. So I don't know if the double Razor Leaf strategy will work in this cup, because I do think those 3 Pokemon are going to be super common. But and Charm is also resisted by Alolan Sandslash and Alolan Muk as well. So again, might not be the best, but it's also definitely pretty solid. So maybe having 1 on the team is not so bad. Dragonite is another option with Dragon Breath. Very powerful, very fast Dragon Breath attack. Just does a lot of damage. We do have that Lapras. Ice Shard is a legacy move, I believe, and Ice Beam is definitely a legacy move. So definitely a powerful Pokemon. Surf is really good. It's pretty bulky as well. It's just not as bulky as it is in like the Ultra League, but it's still a pretty good Pokemon that you could consider. So yeah, those are the top 3 sets of Pokemon S Plus, S, and A. Then we have other choices where we could go with Vileplume, which I believe is another Razor Leaf user, so it definitely could be good. Shadow Dragonite, but the thing is, Dragonite is really squishy in the Great League, not as squishy in the Master League, but in the Great League, definitely a lot more squishier, so that's why you don't see it too often, if at all, in the open Great League meta. But it's something you could consider if you want another Dragon Breath user, maybe double Dragon Breath user with Dragonair, but I don't know about that one. Probably wouldn't work out too well. But then we do have another Body Slam user with Lick. We have Lick-a-Tongue, so similar to Snorlax, definitely a powerful Pokemon. We have Clefable, which is another Charm user, so double Charm is possible in the Kanto Cup if you like that, but again, if your opponent is running that Sandslash and Marowak, two things that resist Charm, you're not going to go over too well with it. So I don't know about it, but it is an option for you. Alolan Muk. Alolan Muk is a Pokemon we see quite often, so, who knows, maybe it belongs in the A tier. It's definitely a solid pick for this cup. I think Alolan Muk will be good, especially since it actually is a Dark type, and it counts as Hypno, so maybe Alolan Muk will be better than I anticipate. Maybe a lot of people will use it to try and counter Muk, because as I said, it is resisting those confusion attacks because it is a Dark, plus it gets to Dark Pulse really fast, so Alolan Muk, yeah, gonna be really good, as long as you can use Alolans. I wanna make that clear. I don't know if they necessarily said that you can, however, PvPoke does have them included because they are included in numbers 1 to 151, which these Alolan forms are included in. So I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use them. If I apologize if you can't, if you happen not to be able to, but they never specified that you couldn't. They just said from number 1 to 151, and these are included in that, right? Shadow Machamp is another one. And then we have Zapdos. I guess the same with Shadow Zapdos as well. If you Elite TM it to give it Thunder Shock, that would be a pretty solid option. Venusaur is another Grass type user. Not too sure about that one with, Alolan Sandslash and Alolan Marowak, but maybe. And then we have Articuno and Charizard. Articuno is really good. I like it in the Ultra League a lot, but I guess it's not bad in this Kanto Cup as well. It could be decent. Charizard. We have another Charm user or a Powder Snow user, whichever you want to do, Alolan Ninetales. And it could be pretty good, but again, similar situation to the other Charm users that it suffers from, right? I mean, you're going to have things that resist it that are on the top tier. Then we have Gengar, I guess Haunter as well, but Gengar could be a solid option with that Shadow Claw, Shadow Punch, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, a Focus Blast, whatever moveset you want to go with it. I would probably go Shadow Claw, Shadow Punch. I would probably go Shadow Bull as well. I probably would. I don't anticipate many Charm users. I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll see. But anyway, for the solid team options, I do have the top 3. I do have Hypno, Alolan Sandslash, and Alolan Marowak, and that's looking to be my team, to be completely honest with you. I may decide to add something else onto it, but I think that's a pretty solid option. Again, with Hypno, I'm probably leaning towards Shadow Ball and Fire Punch, but I think it's a really solid option. Now, whether I go with the regular one or the Shadow one, I'm not sure yet. I still need to TM Frustration away, so hopefully a Team Rocket event comes up so I can do that. But I think that's a really solid team, the S Plus tier. I think that's a really good team, and that's the team I am currently looking at myself. Definitely want to invest in those Pokemon. Well, I already have them invested in, but I want to use them and try them out, see how they work. For the next team, we do have Dewgong, Hypno, and Snorlax. So Snorlax with Lick could definitely go to town against Hypno. So that is kind of an answer to Hypno, unless if Hypno has like Focus Blast or something, but I don't think most will. Most will probably have the Shadow Bolt and an Elemental Punch. So Snorlax will be able to tank those Fire Punches and deal super effective damage with Lick. So I do think Snorlax might be a solid contender in this cup. And then Dewgong, of course, with the Ice Shot, Icy Wind, Double Legacy, going to debuff your opponents. Obviously very powerful. Just a very powerful Pokemon. And then for the last team I put the Hypno. I put Hypno on every team because Hypno is probably going to be on every team. You're probably always going to see Hypno. Maybe not on every single team, but you're going to see it a lot during the Kanto Cup week. And then I put Alolan Marowak, which is also in the S Plus tier, with Shadow Bone and Bone Club. I think that is the moveset you probably want to go with. Shadow Ball is good too if you don't want to invest in one with Shadow Bone or you happen not to have it. Shadow Ball is good, but I do like Shadow Bone. And then we also have Dragon Air with the Dragon Breath damage, whether it be the regular one or the Shadow one. I do think that's going to be really solid. So I do think these three teams are really good. This cup, I don't think it's going to take a huge investment for many players because a lot of these Pokemon we already have invested in for the regular Great League, right? We have a lot of these Pokemon. So that's why I really am looking forward to this cup. Hopefully in the future they do other cups like this, like a Johto Cup or a Hoenn Cup. I think that would be pretty fun. But this cup is shaping up to be pretty powerful and I cannot wait. Hopefully it's fun. We obviously have the Little Cup to look forward to, and then the Kanto Cup, and then obviously the Catch Cup, which I might do, but the Catch Cup is a little bit more difficult because you could basically use anything as long as you catch it when Season 5 begins. But anyway, that's going to be it for this one, guys. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.